Kia ora, Sagittarius. This is your new moon in Cancer reading. We're just getting the cards out. I'm doing things a slightly different way. We're just using Brian Froud's Pixie and Fairy deck first. If you haven't joined me before, thanks for joining. And if you're coming back, thank you too. So we're using this deck first, and then we'll go through and clarify with a couple of others, as we always do anyway. Take what resonates, as I say, leave what doesn't. Check out any other titles that stand out. And thanks for your comments. Much appreciated in regards to the sound, and I'm hoping that it's better because I've got tried to revivify it. What else? Well, this beautiful new moon in Cancer, it feels quite nice to me. Anyway, so the storyline today, we come out Sagittarius with the Magician. This is that old gnome. You know, it is like a magician card. We can see, we're quite clear, we know what we're really going forward with, actually. Because there's a big move through here. There's a big push. Oh, it's not so much a push. It just seems to be quite a natural movement to a really good peaceful place. Lozguna, pulling ourselves out of a kind of, maybe we've felt a little bit stuck. Kind of stuck, you know. Pulling ourselves out of that and rediscovering things that give us pleasure. It's quite simple. Lace the Moon's Daughter, directed by those breadcrumbs that are part of your past as much as they are part of your future. Breadcrumbs lit up by this sliver of a moon. Well, you know, and we're in the moonlight. We've got good support. We're moving through something here. There's no uncertainty here about where you are going, where you are landing. We have the Oak Men. There's a lot of communicado going on underneath the surface. And whether that's from your own guidance as much as from just everything kind of supporting decisions that you're making currently. There's a lot of movement here. There's a level of confidence, and yeah, I think it's great. So let's clarify that old gnome. Da da da. Ba, 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 ba. What's that? Old MacDonald had a farm. Two of Cups, beautiful, reciprocal connection. You've got a solid place to, like I was saying here, sometimes we can have a solid, secure place to be, just in a physical sense to be, but we might be involved in things that feel a bit stuck. As I said, Stacey's, you know, but Lozguna starts to move and starts to rediscover things that give her pleasure. Two of Cups with that Magician, that old gnome, reciprocal, equal giving and receiving, very balanced Sagittarius. And then we've got the Queen of Cups, who seems to be appearing in these readings for the new moon as a sort of like a filtration system. You know what you can take, and you know what, when it's, you know what I mean, like the replenishment of the cup essentially comes from service to self first before we can really, without depletion, be of service to others. There's a point where that ceases to be happening when we are depleted. And so I see this Queen of Cups as that sort of filtration system which is in a great balance. So we're moving with the sort of natural rhythms, not the rhythms of the necessarily the what is it, the industrial revolution, the concept of time and clock, you know what I mean. So in that we're able to keep that cup full. So it's quite lovely. Anyway, let's look at Losguna. So there's great movement moving through. Great movement moving through. That's a great thing to say, isn't it? But there is a great ease of movement, is what I mean. So Losguna, woohoo, we've got Powerhouse, Queen of Wands, driven in its highest polarity, driven by the vital life force that runs through us all, this creative, imaginative, risk-taking queen, is pretty a beautiful thing to behold. Sagittarius, Lace the Moon's daughter, moving through. We are heading to a place that will be what's a better word than fulfilling, that will be emotionally quite a peak moment when you know what I mean, when you move through and enter this period. We've got the 10 of Cups. We're talking high emotional satisfaction here in your life. So incredibly positive. With that, Temperance. Excuse me, Temperance. The glorious alchemical card. Timing. It may feel like like the time in between. This ease, this movement. There's a right timing for it, and you know what that is. It's come about because of larger things here. Larger things. We can't see into the future, can we? But I think there's quite a large level of faith that there's going to be, whatever this is for you in your life. I mean, it could be anything, you know, but there will be. I see it because it's this oak man thing here at the end. I see that, the timing, divine timing. So cosmic timing, there's a timing for everything, isn't there? But this movement and this landing in a particular place will have many offshoots. It impacts many people, or many people benefit from it, is what I'm getting. Many people benefit from this movement that you are in. Oak man, please. It's beautiful. Network. I'll just get one more card. The network. See, often there's a conflict. It's not always necessary that there is a conflict between our mental sort of critical or rational mind and what we feel, in our body, what we feel, what is that intuitive hit? What is it? Often it makes us really uncomfortable because it means changes will occur if we follow it, which we don't know down the line, the ramifications of that. I'll read the cards out, Sagittarius. We're clarifying the beautiful oak men, this wise network of, there's no, trees can be ancient. There's a great wisdom in that. There's a great communication involved within the underground networks. Underground and overground is what I'm getting here. Overground, cosmic ground, and underground. We sit in between sometimes. And as I said, the intuitive hits or messages or however they come to you, sometimes we don't follow them because they are uncomfortable. But my whole point here, and I'm going on and on in a circle, is that there doesn't have to be any conflict between our rational, critical way of thinking and our intuitive self. And we see it here in the Two of Swords, where we're making a decision. It's not based on what we're seeing. It's actually based on what we're feeling. Because I see it as a physical feeling. Emotions come and go. That then they're sort of, in some ways, like the monkey mind, aren't they? I don't know, encompassed by it, or even if they're not, emotions come and go. But the feeling stays. A feeling is seen and picked up, and it's felt in the body, whatever, So I love that. Two of Swords, making a decision. We've got a new moon here. It's as if you've already made that decision. And then we have the Prince, or the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands working with that Queen. The Page of Wands is pushing the boundaries a little bit. Adolescent, fresh, new learner's mind. Pushing the boundaries, seeing how far you can take it. All of that stuff, and all in the area of the will, within that element of fire. A new, fresh period of time. Okay, Sagittarius, let's get, Thoth deck. One card, sum it up. Speed. Immediate communication, wherever that's coming from. We can look at it like internet, but immediate communicado. The speed. What are we receiving? Incoming. Arrows of love. Well, they're wands, aren't they? Eight of Wands, another card of the mind, the eights. It's a beautiful thing. Speed. Things are going to speed up. And when I was talking about those offshoots from whatever decision it is that you're making, there is something happening through here, a movement, something new in your life. When I'm talking about underground networks, tangents, offshoots, impact on group, on many, is what I see here, is that messages flying out to many offshoots. That seems to be the general gist of the reading today for you, Sagittarius. So I hope you enjoyed that, got something out of it. Thanks for liking and commenting and subscribing. It really helps me to keep this going. And enjoy this beautiful new moon. Enjoy this time. And we'll see you on the full moon. Okay, coming up. Okay, ka kite, bye, Sagittarius.